Last time on Lese.
So for today's video, I'm finally bringing to you guys another sewing tutorial. I'm bringing you guys all of my basic collection. This is what I would put out for my basics line for Lese as a clothing brand. I go through step by step how I came about each decision that I made, so you guys could either follow along this tutorial and make changes as you see fit, or hit your girl up.
There are two categories, long sleeve and the short/no sleeve. For a long sleeve, there is a bodysuit turtleneck, there is a cropped crew neck, and then a bodysuit off the shoulder. So now, since we are done with all of our basic long sleeves, let's switch over to the short sleeve/no sleeve category. Alright, so the first one we're going to do is a t-shirt. I'm gonna decide to do like a mock turtleneck t-shirt just because I don't have anything like that in my closet, and I feel like that fits more of a basic for my style. Most t-shirts I like a light and soft material, and for mine I wanted to have a crop fit because I feel like that flatters me the best. So, taking a t-shirt that I already feel fits me perfect and also a crop tank top, we're going to mesh these two together to make a new pattern. So you're going to have a back and a front piece as well as two sleeves, and again a long rectangle to make a small turtleneck. We're going to attach the front and the back together just by the shoulder seam, zigzag stitch. Now for the sleeves, I actually didn't have enough material to cut out the sleeves entirely together already attached, so I had to make two separate pieces, front and back, for the sleeves. So what you're going to do is obviously put those right sides together and go ahead and zigzag stitch along the top of the semicircle. Once that's done, we're going to actually line up our two seams together. So the top of the shoulder seam and the top of the semicircle, go ahead and pin around and zigzag stitch that all together. Once that's done, we're going to fold the t-shirt together and go ahead and sew up all of your side seams and your your sleeve opening. Then we could go ahead and stitch all of our hems so that there's nothing fraying or flying. It's always easier and makes for a nicer seamer look at the end. Alright, for the mock neck, we're going to once again take the rectangle, make sure the rectangle is actually open. I don't think I mentioned that before. And we're actually going to pin the middle of the rectangle to the middle of our neck opening, whether it be front or back. And make sure you put right sides together for this as well. And go ahead and evenly distribute the fabric till you're at the end. We're going to go ahead and sew all of that together, leaving a little bit of space. You're going to make sure that the rectangle is flat against each other, and we're going to go ahead and stitch up the rectangle so that it closes. Make sure that it's also right sides together. Then you're going to open back up that little seam allowance that we allowed and go ahead and finish up stitching it directly to the shirt itself. Now fold up and you will have your mock neck. You can always fold in the rectangle for your turtleneck and actually stitch in the ditch the inside of it. So stitching in the ditch just means that you stitch over the stitch line that you already made just to make it cleaner and make sure that nothing frays or anything. But honestly, I was kind of lazy, so I would rather just fold it in myself and be done. Just go ahead and cut off any excess seam allowance and any excess thread, and there you go, t-shirt done. Okay, next we're actually going to do a spaghetti strap cami, like the ones that you've seen all over Instagram and YouTube and in stores for over like 2 years now. Now, I was actually running out of fabric, so I had to sew 2 extra rectangle strips to the front, again, adding to the design that I made. So in total, you're actually going to have a front and a back piece, an extra strip for a lining piece, as well as I had the 2 extra strips for the front piece, and I used a white rope as my straps. So first thing I have to do is actually attach my 2 rectangle pieces to the front rectangle piece. So we're going to put that right sides together and just stitch them up, zigzag stitch them up, just so I have the length of the front piece that I need. Now we're going to attach the lining front piece and also our straps together. So we're only going to attach it at the top of the rectangle. So what you're going to do is place the lining and the front piece right sides together. And in between those two, you're going to actually sandwich a little tip of our rope in the places that you want your straps to be. And make sure that the length of it is actually at the bottom half with the length of your garment. And we're going to go ahead and straight zigzag stitch those together from end to end. Once that's stitched, you could actually just fold the lining piece onto the inside of the fabric, and you'll see that you have your straps attached perfectly to both the lining and the front piece. Next, we're going to actually stitch the back piece to our front. So we're going to put right sides together, front and back, and go ahead and zigzag stitch the 2 side seams. Once that's done, you could actually flip it inside out if you want and go ahead and try it on so that you know where you want your straps to fall. You could go ahead and pin, and once that's pinned, go ahead and zigzag stitch those 2 strap pieces together to your back piece, obviously on the inside of the garment. Now I will admit, if you make a lining for both the front and the back, it's easier to attach the straps to the garment, and you'll make sure that there's no fraying and that you can't see it at all. That's actually what I did when I made my black one. Now we're making a halter top, which has actually made a big comeback in the past few years since we've introduced 90s fashion back into style. So again, I'm going to actually copy a halter top that I already own, but you could actually use a tank top for the pattern. So just make the back straight across, and the front piece, we're actually going to have a deep V with extending straps with a bit of a curve towards the back. Attach the back and front right sides together in either straight or zigzag stitch depending on if your fabric is stretchy or not. Now we're actually going to attach the 2 straps to themselves right sides together and just 1 stitch straight across end to end. Now we're going to lay or press all seam allowance flat and fold them the raw edges down onto each other. Go ahead and stitch all your hems, and then once that's done, cut any seam allowance, flip right side out, and we're Gucci. Now, this one does work better on a stretchier material like the brown one that I made rather than the white one, which had not that much give. But when it comes to that, obviously make your pattern a little bit bigger, and then you can tailor it to fit your body perfectly. Okay, last one. You know I had to hit with the 1 shoulder top that has been so hot for a while now and that I've wanted for like forever. So since I don't actually own a top like this, we're actually going to combine a halter and a tube top to make my pattern from scratch. I used the tube top for the portion of the fabric that there was no strap, and the halter top for the portion that does have a strap. So once I sketched that out, I went ahead and cut it out, and I used my front pattern to actually make my back pattern. Now, it is the same as a halter top hem. For the back and front, you just stitch back and front right sides together, and then go ahead and attach the two straps onto each other, right sides together, and then make your stitch straight across. Open it up, fold in the hems, and then go ahead and stitch all the way around at the top, at the bottom, and at your shoulder, your arm opening. Once that's done, flip it right side out and you have a one shoulder top. Since I wanted a top like this for so long, I couldn't just make it in just a basic color. So I also made it in this mauvish kind of tone as well. This is the first time I'm actually making a one shoulder top, so it could turn out better. With time, I will get the fit a little bit more fitted to my body, but so far so good. I think that they look great.
Anyways, after that long tutorial, I really shouldn't drag out this outro. Hope you guys enjoyed. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye guys.